There hasn't been a lot of conversation about just how bad the Rams have been this year. This is a team that was in the Super Bowl a year ago, that at this point last year looked like the best team in football. Their offense doesn't look right. The quarterback got paid. He doesn't look right. The defense doesn't look good. What's going on with the Rams?
Well, I think first and foremost, offensively, the onus needs to be put on the offensive line first. I understand that Jared Goff has maybe not looked as good as he has looked in the past, but I'll tell you this, the offensive line is a problem. It's a problem in the run game because there's so much penetration from guard to guard, and it just blows up their outside zone run game. And from there, the play-action pass game has really gone downhill because teams already have figured out how to slow Gurley down. And then when you put Jared into that strictly – I don't want to say strictly a drop-back type of passing game. It's not necessarily, though, his strong suit when he doesn't have the benefit of the run game. Defensively, the secondary, quite honestly, has been a mess. Their pass defense looks terrible. Their corners have been very, very inconsistent. Marcus Peters, look, there's a reason why they were looking to upgrade. They were looking for a Jalen Ramsey type. And Aqib Talib has not been the same in years. And if Aaron is not pressuring the passer at a ridiculous rate, Clay Matthews is out right now. If they are not being able to really rush the passer, then they have a big, big problem on the defense side of the ball. Many, many more problems than what Jalen Ramsey can fix.
So let's put it this way, Vilma. You've got the Niners who are unbeaten. You have the Seahawks who are playing great, and the quarterback looks like the MVP. Are the Rams going to make the playoffs this year?
Not this year. They need to regroup because what set them apart last year and got them to the Super Bowl was being third in the league last year in rushing the ball, was being pretty good, the middle of the pack in stopping the run. Then all of a sudden took it to another level when the playoffs came around. They played the Cowboys, shut them down. Played the Saints, shut them down. Defensively, shut them down. And now that hasn't changed. The ascension is stopped. And if you don't have that from the Rams, that was the whole identity of the Rams offense, the Rams team. You run the ball well, you stop the run, you play good defense, and then you let Jared Goff do his thing in the play action.
And oh, by the way, Todd Gurley, who knows when to expect him to look like Todd Gurley again, if he ever does.
Yeah, and Todd Gurley's not going to look like Todd Gurley as long as this offensive line, I'm just keep telling you, it doesn't pick up the pace. If they don't pick up the pace, if they're not able to find some kind of push from a physical standpoint here soon, it doesn't matter who they put back there. Jared's going to suffer from there. The defense is already suffering, giving up too many big plays. Well, I think this is an issue that's going to really take an offseason or two to fix. And then you have this issue. They're giving away draft picks like they're candy. So where do they have the assets in order to go out and acquire more people?
In case you're not aware, they gave up 2 number 1s for Jalen Ramsey, and they still have to pay him. What are you seeing right now in Deshaun Watson, the evolution of this guy who we've been watching him obviously since his days at Clemson?
And I think evolution is a great word because what's happening is you're seeing him be able to play faster in his mind, distribute the football quicker, and really he's helping to prevent some of these sacks now because of the fact that he's seeing things quicker and getting the ball out of his hands faster and letting his playmakers work. Every quarterback knows that's the key to their longevity. Playing within rhythm, not taking unnecessary hits, and then letting their playmakers do the work for him. And he's doing that along with the fact that they have upgraded up front.
Let me ask you this, and we had planned this question for now before we knew that Patrick Mahomes was going to get hurt last night, which feels like it slightly tilts it. But when we came into this season, it felt like Patriots and Chiefs were head and shoulders the teams to beat in the AFC, and we figure out the rest. Patriots have held up their end. Chiefs, last 2 weeks, they've lost. Are the Texans right now the second best team in the AFC?
I think they are. They're playing the Colts this week. That's going to be a de facto battle for the South. I think Deshaun Watson's going to have a heck of a game. He's going to play well enough for them to win, and they'll win because of him. He's been fantastic. They are the second best team.
I think outside of New England, I think the AFC is wide open now. I think a lot of teams that you may have left for dead and said maybe they're a year or two away, if they can play a good brand of complementary football, they can play control the clock type football, do the kind of things that New England does to the high-powered offenses. I think it's very much so leveled the playing field. You know, Kansas City was kind of like a unicorn on offense there for a while, and now they've come back down to earth, which I think bodes well for everyone else. Keep an eye on some of these teams that you thought weren't going to be players in the AFC, namely the Raiders. I'm telling you, keep an eye on them this week and see what they do against the Green Bay Packers. Everyone was reacting the same way when I talked about this in the preseason, Hembo. They were saying the same thing. They were saying the same thing over and over. They're the same old Raiders, the same old. Just watch.
I'm telling you right now, when Louis Riddick speaks, pay attention. I pay attention. Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports, highlights, and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.